Throughout this pandemic, senior homes have had to make a lot of adjustments to their operations to keep their residents safe. Jasmine King spoke with the Vermilion Valley Lodge to find out more.
I'm joined here with Brittney Lysons, and she's the Recreation Director at the Vermilion Valley Lodge. Now, how has the lodge been during this time?
There's obviously been a lot of new challenges and stressors for both our residents and our staff since the pandemic has started. But we have an amazing team of management and staff that have really gone above and beyond for our residents during this transitional time. And our resident safety has always been the number one priority. So we keep that at the forefront, and things have been going fairly well for us.
And how has your operations changed?
There's been a lot of changes to our operations. Probably the biggest one is the visitor restrictions that have been put in place. We're used to having family members and friends coming and going out of the facility as normal. And since the COVID-19 pandemic has started, we have had no visitors allowed in the facility. We've also increased our sanitation procedures. We have staff and resident screening, which happens every day. Temperatures are taken and a questionnaire is answered by every resident and staff in the building. We have set up an outdoor visiting area to allow visiting to still happen. And we also have brought in a door greeter, which that person is specifically in our facility to accept packages that are brought in for the residents.
And what would you say was the biggest difficulty at first trying to just set up your new operations and new rules?
I think probably the biggest thing was just the transitions that happened. You're used to doing things a certain way for many, many years, and then all of a sudden it changes. So just making sure that we were clear on the guidelines that the government put in place for us and making sure that we're following all those rules for our resident safety.
And how have the seniors adjusted to all of this?
I would say for the most part, people are adjusting quite well. It has been a few months now, understanding that everyone deals with things in different ways. So our staff are very cognizant of that. But for the most part, people are taking it in stride. We've had a lot of new and fun things that we've put into place for our residents. So hopefully there's more good than bad for them.
And with some of those fun things, have you guys held some special events for seniors to try and keep them entertained since they aren't going out as much anymore?
We have. We've actually been doing a lot of really fun things in our facility. Right at the very beginning, we were doing a lot of hallway-based activities as we weren't gathering in groups at that time. So we were doing hallway bingo. Our maintenance man made a hallway mini putt program, which was a lot of fun for the residents. We do hallway door service of things like ice cream or watermelon. We also had hallway happy hour, which was a lot of fun. We have been facilitating FaceTime visits with families. There's tons of stuff we've been doing. We did a COVID classic car parade in our foyer. So I connected with a bunch of people that had classic cars, and they came and did a drive-by so our residents could see those cars. We had an intergenerational pen pal program, which was really successful with different young people in the community sending letters to our residents. And we actually also, right at the very beginning, had one of our projects go viral. It was a positivity project for the residents, and we got close to 200,000 views on Facebook from that. And it was a lot of fun for our residents to kind of see how viral they went every day.
And what has been the residents and the staff's reaction to these new activities that you've been starting?
I would say for the most part, people are really enjoying them. We do have some people that are ready for things to get back to the way that they were before. But with our creativity and our staff on board, we've been keeping people pretty busy and pretty happy.
And you mentioned that you scheduled some visits over FaceTime with family and everything. Can family now come visit some of the residents, or is it still on lockdown?
No, we still have visitor restrictions put in place. So we are facilitating our FaceTime visits at this time, as well as we have an outdoor visiting area set up. That is, the residents sit on the deck, and then 6 feet away, there is a bench for family members to sit on so they can visit out there.
And how has the community support been at this time?
We have had so much support from our community. The community of Vermilion and surrounding areas have been so wonderful in always supporting us, and always, we've had tons of donations come in. We've had people asking how they can help virtually and in different ways. I put it out that I was looking for classic cars, and I think we had 25 show up that day. So a huge thank you to the community of Vermilion for all the support during this time.
Well, thank you so much for joining us, Brittney.
Thank you for having me.